Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Today I have for you 2 fall pumpkins DIY tutorials. Well, without further ado, let's get to crafting. Okay, for our first project, you will need one of these pumpkins. It's the jack-o'-lantern, or you can use the flat one, the one that's for fall, which is flat on both sides. But they were out of those, so I thought I'd use it on the back side for this, and come Halloween, just flip it around and use that. Leave the rope on, and you will also need one of these signs here. It has a little stand on the bottom, and what you do, you bend it back and forth, and it'll pop out and look like this. You will need some sandpaper to sand it down, just along the edge here and the back, and then some scissors, like if there's any fine pieces frays like that, just cut it right off. And start on the back by painting. You will need some orange paint. I use the Harvest Orange from Walmart. They're 50 cents a bottle. And just paint over the whole thing. Wipe off any glitter, which I have on mine, from the other items that I had in the bag. Glitter got on it. And just paint it in nice even strokes. As well as this is going on, it looks like one nice thick layer of paint should be enough. There goes my kitty cat. Every time I go to paint or anything, he wants me to sit down with him and let him lay on me and go to sleep and take a nap. Now you tell me if that isn't spoiled. In the comments, leave, do you have a spoiled little kitty like that, or puppy, or any animal that every time they see you doing something, they start wanting your attention? Okay, just keep putting on the paint, and once you're done, we'll start on the other smaller pumpkin, because since it's going to be facing the back and going to be glued on there, we won't be able to paint it come Halloween time, so we need to paint the back of the small one to be prepared for when we're going to use the back of it. Does that make sense? I think I said that right. Okay, just take a good look at it and see if you think it needs a second coat. But if you put a nice thick coat on it, it shouldn't need it. So let's set this one aside. Just set it right there. And take the back of this one. And just put a real good coat on this one. Oh, and you might want to sand it down too before you, on the back of this and around the edges. That way it's a nice, smooth, even texture of paint on it. See, it doesn't take long at all to get these two painted. Let's just go go over this one since we're dealing with the back and use up all the paint that you have in your little palette there. Go over any spots that you think, especially where the tag was. Okay, we'll set this one off to the side and let it dry. Now let's get just a small amount of brown paint out, about that amount, to do the stems. Don't need a lot, just a little. Put a good thick coat on it. And do the big pumpkin. It is almost already dried. And do the stem on this one. Okay, let's lay them back over and let them dry. Okay, and we'll be working on this project while the pumpkins are drying. Use your finger protectors if you have any. You can get them 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree for $1. I have these left over from last year from the Dollar Tree. They're just foam pumpkins. I have 2 small dark ones and 2 bigger lighter pumpkins. And what we're going to do, and this sign came off of one of those yard signs with the stake in it, and it has the back of the red truck, and this sign, I took it off of that. Now this one came from General Dollar, or Dollar General, and it was $1. It just says pumpkin patch open daily, and I thought putting this little arrow right under the open daily and glue it on with the pumpkins on each side of it. So let's get started. You will need your glue gun for this. Not a lot, just a little. I'm going along the bottom, and just make sure the words are not covered up and get it straight. Now these, they peel off, but if they won't peel off fast, just glue them on. See, like this one, it won't. So first lay them the way you want them. A little bit of glue will be fine. And then do the same to the other one. But just have it leaning kind of towards that one. Now this one, do the same thing. I'm just going slow to even it out. Now let's do the other pumpkin. And aim it, lean it going towards the other one. Now I made a bow out of the real narrow ribbon. All you do is just loop it. You just get a piece, you loop it like this. You bring the back. Let me start over. You loop this like this to where you can see the front. But turn this around so you can see the front of the ribbon, and then bring this one down and flip it, and then you just crunch it up, get a chenille stem and tie it right there, and it will look just like this little pumpkin here, ribbon here. Okay, let's start over. Bow here. Okay, I got my tongue that time, didn't it? Now just figure out what you want for the front and the back. And I'm doing it just like that. Make sure it's even. Put a fair amount of glue on it. Okay, and this one is finished. That just looks darling, doesn't it? Okay, let me set this off on the side. Check these and see if they're done or finished drying. Okay, the orange part is, and this is fine because we're going to be using the front. Okay, now make sure you get you some territorial beige. Territorial beige from Walmart for 50 cents a bottle, and get you some real brown from Walmart, and get some of that burnt umber and some white. That's from the Walmart too. Okay, let me just take these little finger guards off. Now, get you some brown, burnt umber, brown, and beige, and a little bit of white, and put it in your palette or little tray, whatever you have that you're using. Put about that much. A fair amount of white. Now do your real brown and your territorial beige. And get a paintbrush that is real small, like this one. And first go in with the burnt umber along the sides here, coming in. Just barely brushing it on. Now I'm beginning to paint again, so trial and error is the best way to learn, I believe. I used to paint for years as a child, and then my art stuff, my drawings, my paintings, everything got stolen. So I quit drawing for a long time. But I have it, this makes about my second week of drawing again, and I'm practicing every day. But nothing is perfect. Even the most expensive, most glamorous, done by the most famous artist in the world, nothing is perfect. So just remember that. Keep telling yourself that, and that you can do it. And if you've already mastered the painting and still are doing good, you know what I'm talking about, I hope, or what I'm trying to say anyway. I'm just doing this as like a outline, a trim. Now, follow these little humps here in the pumpkin with the burnt umber. Just go like that. Now do the other one. Now Do the other one on the other side. And the other one. Okay, now I think it's beginning to look and take its shape. Now you might not use all these colors. I dipped it in the burnt umber and now in the brown, just to lighten it up just a little bit and go down like this with your and then make some lines in this. Alright, now let's do the burnt umber again and twirl it in the white, lighten it up, making a total different shade. I'll show you here. Just lighten it up. See how that is turning to a different color? You can stop putting the white in now and just mix up the color you have. Now, get you some brown. Mix it up. I just come up with my own colors as I'm painting. Get most of it off the brush. You don't want a big gob of it going on your painting. Now just make some lines going down like that, and you can go like this, and make some coming up like a shadow under the pumpkin. Okay, and I do believe this is the way I want my pumpkin to look. So let's set it aside again and let it dry while we already painted this one white. We're not going to do, we'll do the decorating and around Halloween when you're doing the other side with the jack-o'-lantern on it. I'm just trying to tear this little bow off without damaging the under it. There you go. Now get you some of this, let's see, this checkered. This came from the Dollar Tree. And again, you loop it and you go around with it. You loop it and you go around with it. Trim that other one off if it's got a little stray there. And then you get a tie and you tie it. Okay, before you get the tie, crunch this up just like you would a big bow. Put the chenille stem going towards the back. Sorry, there's a little gnat running or flying around here, annoying me. Now, twist before you go. Make sure it's even. Like, see how that's off? Make sure this is even, that the little bow. Okay, now cut the rest of the stem off. trying to bend this down without poking my finger. Alright, now let's get some glue. Put right back there, right where the other one was. Now let's see if this will look good with this back on it. See if I can get that glue off. Okay, I can get the glue off, so there I go. So now get a little bit of glue and just put this right back on top there. Ouch. And trim any of the shreddings that you have coming off from the tails. I have one there. Okay. Now, let's see if this pumpkin is dry. It should be. Okay, it is. Now, before we glue this on here, we fix that bow, push it down, lay it out here and see where exactly you want it. Make sure it's even. Okay, so we want some glue right through here. Put a fair amount of glue because you got to think there's two of them being glued together, and they both have their own weight. You don't want one to make the other one fall. Okay, now just push down on it and keep pushing. Just keep pushing down on it, and it should be ready. Now you see how you can use this side for now, and then you can flip it over, and at Halloween you can use the back side. Alright, well, that's all I have for you today. I hope y'all enjoyed the DIY tutorial for the pumpkins that I did and the little red truck. Can't forget about him. And if you liked it, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this, and share my video with your friends or family members, and leave a comment. Alright, thank y'all. Have a safe and happy day.